Hello again everyone, I'm back to do another quick video, and this is my fourth video in the series I'm doing, and this one is the B2 stub. And I don't go over all the features every time because you just have to watch a few of these videos and you can start to get the gist of it, that they're really easy to use. So I'm going to do a 36-inch stub, and we'll just use a 10-inch radius, 10-inch offset, and a 26.5 degree angle. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put my spread measurement in for this one for my parallels. Okay, now this bend is like the B4 stub bend, but there's one real difference to it, is that it has a choke on the diagonal here. And what's good about this bend is that it allows you to tighten up your spacing between your conduits on your 90-degree side, and that just, a lot of times that can help you, spaces at a premium, and if you're going into a panel or into a box or something. Okay, this KTS adjust, that just corresponds to this little amount of change that's going to happen, and this is, this can either gain, or if you start on this pipe going back, you can see it would be shrinking. So I'm going to do another video explaining that a little bit better, but not yet. Okay, so if I have my inputs here, I've got a 30-inch 6-inch stub. That's this stub height right here. And what's going to happen here with this spread, spacing, and the choke, that's these three parts right here, and you can pick any one of them you want to use. But what the numbers in here you may want to look at, because this choke tightens up, and it's kind of like your constraint, where you need to watch that you got enough space here for the center distance of your conduits. And so it's just something you can use this part of this feature for. And let's go ahead and well, I'll say one thing. Okay, I'll go ahead and there's my layout. That's all you got to do. 4 inputs, 4 simple inputs, and it's done. So easy, anybody could do it. And one thing I want to say about when you're doing this type of bend, as you increase your angle of your kick angle, this choke is going to tighten up. So that's the only downside to doing this layout, is as your angles increase, it's going to tighten up. But as I said, the benefit of this is a tighter spacing. So that's the characteristics of this bend. Now these programs all function about the same, but they all have different characteristics. They're all a little bit different. Okay, and now I'm going to do a parallel. If I wanted to go in or out from my first conduit, my blue one, which this is the inputs for it here, then I can just go ahead and hit the in button, and that's my next pipe. Now this is what I'm saying. You got this. If you put a 2-inch spread in for this dimension, your spacing is going to be twice that for this angle, and the choke is going to tighten up to a 1.78. So that's what you have to watch out for. That's your constraint right there, that you need to make sure that you have sufficient space. Okay, and the only thing you can see, the only thing I'm going to change in this program is the radius. That's the only thing I'm going to make adjustable in it, because you see this offset, it already changed, so it's already part of the pattern, and the angle, it has to stay the same to keep a pattern. So the only thing you really need to change is the radius anyway, because it just equates to a change in conduit size. And I've already explained on the stick of pipe here, these are just your dimensions on the pipe, and these are just adding up if you want to hook a tape measure. But I've already talked about this stuff in some other videos, and I don't want to keep going over it too much. And let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead. I didn't change nothing. I'm going to go right back out. Okay, that's right back where we started. Okay. And did I have, let's see, go back in. Okay, and I did have a KTS adjust on here. There is an adjustment. Even if you don't change anything in here, the offset's changing already, so you're going to have an adjustment amount here. And if you was going to do the same bend in parallel, then adjust would just double for that, and all these other inputs are going to change correspondingly to what you're doing. And let's just go back out. Okay, and when you're moving out, the KTS adjust just zeroes out. It's as you can see, when you're moving out, you're getting shorter. So I just zero this out, and then if I'm going in, I'll show these gains right here. And these are the amounts that you have to trim off if you wanted these conduits an even length. Okay, and we'll go out one more time. Okay, and now if I go ahead and change my radius, say we had a 20-inch radius, I'll go ahead and hit the N button. Now you can see this KTS adjust, it changed by this KTS, but it also changed by the gains of the two bends. So, and it shows up right here in this kicktail stub. So, and also too, if you're not going to get a negative value, except I see it right here. There's a negative value. That means the bend is not viable. And the only place you're going to get a negative value is in this KTS adjust, but I'm going to explain that when I go into explain these adjusts more. Okay, and that's about it for right now. I don't need to make these videos too long because these calculators are really easy to use. So if you watch a few videos, you can see there's nothing to it. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you on the next one.